touchdown?
I felt real good. You know, Brett went through his progressions, and I was just happy enough to get open over the top of the safeties and make him play on the ball. So it was good.
Do you ever have a 3-touchdown game?
In high school, yeah, I had a couple 5s. But,
okay.
That was my first 3 or multi-touchdown game in college, so it was a big step for me. So it was good.
Why do you think the improvement? Anything different you're doing? Team's doing?
I think Brett has more time to throw. This game with the line being more confident in what they have to do, because after 2 hard weeks with good 2 great opponents with Oregon and Stanford, they've been working hard to protect Brett. So when Brett has time to throw, he's a great quarterback, so he's going to find open receivers.
It looked like you had more routes kind of downfield rather than doing a lot of stuff behind the line of scrimmage. Was that just something different in the game plan against that team?
Yeah, it's just a game plan stuff. Because I know Oregon and Stanford, they do different things than Colorado did. So it's just the coaching was just had me going on deeper routes this week. So that was what it was.
Is that a little bit more fun for you?
Oh yeah. I get to stretch the field a little bit instead of run those swing routes. So anything to help the team.
Take us to that long ball off the line of scrimmage. What was going through your head? How'd you beat them? And what was going through your head when you saw that ball in the air and you were open?
Yeah, well, the play was I just had a post, but the safety sat on the inside of me, so I just had to take it over the top, and Brett threw a great ball. I just had to make a play on it. So my eyes got big when I saw the ball in the air, and I just happened to come down with it.
Doing early film work on Arizona, do you feel like this is a game where you again will be able to do a little bit more downfield?
I hope so. The coaches haven't really expressed a game plan to us yet. I think they're watching film, and later in the meetings today they'll have a game plan ready for us. But I hope so. I hope we connect those deep balls. Every game, every receiver wants to connect those deep long passes, but it's just everyone's gonna be open, or everyone's gonna have the opportunities to catch their ball. So just getting the time to throw the ball, like I said before with Brett, and the receivers are going to do great things with the ball in their hands. So.
How different is this offense when you guys have that threat of being able to go deep, on any pass play?
The safeties can't play the run as well. Because when watching the film this morning, the safeties didn't make a lot of plays in the run game because they weren't sitting on a lot of the swing routes and things like that. So when they stretch the field, it keeps the safeties kind of honest and what they have to play like. So it was a good showing of how we could stretch the field and that. So it was good.
When you guys weren't able to really do that against Stanford and Oregon, was that just something that their defense was doing?
They're great. Those 2 teams are great. Their front 7, brings pressure. I'm not making any excuses, but our line wasn't a little inexperienced. That's no excuse. So this week, they have some games under their belts, not starting true freshman, his first game versus Oregon, which is a great way to start your college career. But his second start, he did a great job. So all of the offensive line did a great job. That's why we can connect on those long passes downfield.
Do you learn something from those 2 losses? That you take into a game that maybe helps you, like against Colorado last week or Arizona?
The type of heart we have as a team, because losing 2 straight games to Pac-12 opponents, is hard. But just going as a season, we just have to see how we respond. That was the first step in the right direction, responding how we did on Saturday.
For you and all the work that you've done to transition into being a receiver, did it feel like you were kind of primed for a big game like this last week, that it was just a matter of time, I guess?
Yeah, well, in the game plan this week, we had me going on deeper routes, so I know I would have the opportunity to have a long completion. But I've been working hard for a while now for learning the position. So I know a lot of the receivers were open on the longer passes. That was just the progression in the route. So I just give all thanks to Brett for throwing the ball.
You look pretty good returning kicks too. Is that something you feel like might be in your future, I guess?
Hopefully. Hopefully they put me back there and keep me back there. So it might be.
Did you ever return kicks at all anywhere else?
I was back in high school, punt return, but I never really got to run it because I was quarterback, so my coach just wanted me to fair catch.
Save your knees.
Seems like you've kind of always found an ability to get open even in some tight situations. Do you feel like your transition from a quarterback helps you better read the defenses a little bit?
Well, I know it doesn't hurt because I know the play clock in Brett's head. I see, being as an inside receiver, I see a lot of the motions going on in the backfield with the linebacker or something like that, so I know when pressures are coming a lot of the time. So I know when I have to make my route crisp and like I have to get out of my breaks faster and things like that. So you know, it's all really a mind game when when you're talking about getting open fast and stuff like that. So.
Do you see a difference in Brett because the offensive line is playing better? He's got a little more time to go through his reads.
No, I mean Brett has always been, you know, upper echelon to me because he's one of the best college quarterbacks right now. So you know, I got to give him his props. You know, he's hanging in there tough. You know, throwing those tough passes. You know, getting hit while he's doing it. So I got to give credit to him.
I think it was tough for him not to be able to air it out. You know, in the few games before this last one.
You know, every quarterback wants to throw a 95-yard touchdown, but you know, it's hard because when you pressure's in your face and you trying to see people downfield, you know, it's just hard. I know it. I know it is hard. So, you know, we just got to keep working and get better with it.
Thanks.
Cool.